Tony here, Psych'd on Baseball Cards. I hope everybody's having a good week, and I have some 65 tops to show today, and little bios, a couple of good stories, and so let me turn this camera around and show you what I picked up. Okay, first up we have Don Landrum. Don played 8 seasons and was born in Santa Rosa, California, up by Tops 85, 401 Nate. He played for the Phillies, the Cardinals, the Cubs, the Giants. In 65, he hit 226, 6 homers, 34 RBI. He was a career 234 hitter with 12 home runs and 75 RBI. Some notable things about Don. He broke up 4 late inning no-hitters in his career by pitchers Sandy Koufax, Jim Maloney, Vern Law, and Bob Friend. His 1963 Topps card, number 113, actually portrays a photo of Cubs legend Ron Santo. His 66 Topps card, number 43, has 3 variations, all concerning the positioning of a button on the fly of his uniform pants. One card you see the button on his fly, another card you don't, and another card you see, I think it's a partial button on the fly. Okay, so that is Don Landrum. And then next up we have Gene Alley. Gene played 11 seasons all with the Pirates. He was in 65, he hit 252 with 5 home runs and 47 RBI. He was a career 254 hitter with 55 home runs, 342 RBI, and 63 stolen bases. He and second baseman Bill Mazeroski set the major league record of 161 double plays in a season in 1966. He hit an inside the park grand slam in Montreal in 1970. He was a 2-time All-Star, a World Series champ in 71, and a 2-time Gold Glover. Next up we have Dalton Jones. Dalton played 9 seasons. His first 6 were with Boston, then 2 with Detroit, and 1 with Texas. He was used mainly as a utility infielder and pinch hitter. In 65, he hit 270 with 5 homers, 37 RBI, and 8 stolen bases. His favorite player growing up was Ted Williams, and Boston used Ted to help recruit Dalton, as he was a highly touted high school player. In the 1967 World Series, he was 7 for 18 for a .389 batting average, second to Yastrzemski, who hit 400. In 1970, with the bases loaded, pay attention to this because it's kind of confusing a little bit. So in 1970, with the bases loaded, he hit a towering home run into the overhanging right field deck of Tiger Stadium. But Don Wirt, thinking the ball might be caught, was going back to first base to tag up, and Jones inadvertently passed Don. Jones was called out, and the 3 base runners were allowed to score, so Dalton was credited with a single and 3 RBI instead of a grand slam. I love finding stories like this when I do these bios. Dalton was a career 235 hitter, had 41 home runs and 237 RBI. Next up, we have the man in the story, Don Wirt. Don played 9 seasons. His first 8 were with the Tigers, and his last season was with the Washington Senators. In 65, he hit 261 with 12 home runs and 53 RBI, and he was named Tiger of the Year. In June of 68, he was hit in the head by a pitch that shattered his helmet and was carried off the field on a stretcher. He spent 2 nights in the hospital and was never the same hitter again for the remainder of his career, hitting barely over 200. but he had the winning RBI hit in 1968 in the ninth inning that gave the Tigers their American League pennant. He was a career .242 hitter with 77 RBI, 365 RBI, and he was an All-Star in 1968. Next up, we have Billy Cowan. Billy played 8 seasons for 6 clubs: the Cubs, the Mets, the Braves, the Yankees, the Phillies, and the Angels. In '65, he hit 180, had 3 home runs, and 9 RBI in 183 at-bats. So it wasn't a lot to report on Billy. Oop, get in there. There you go. Next up, we have Doc Edwards. Doc played 5 seasons, his first 3 with the Kansas City Athletics. He later managed Cleveland for 3 years and coached 8 years for 3 different teams. In '65, he hit less than 200 with 1 home run and 9 RBI for the Athletics and New York Yankees combined. He was a career .238 hitter. He had 15 home runs and 87 RBI. Didn't have much of a career, but I love this card. It looks really nice. Okay, and now for my killer of a card. We have the one and only Harmon Killebrew. So Harmon played 22 seasons, all but his last with the Washington Senators, who became the Minnesota Twins. In '65, he hit .269 and had 25 home runs with 75 RBI, and he was an All-Star that year. He got his nickname Killer due to his tape measure home runs combined with the first 5 letters of his last name. Despite the nickname, he was considered a kind and quiet man. When asked in an interview one time what were his hobbies, he replied, "Just washing dishes, I guess." Former Washington Senators player, manager, and coach Ozzie Bluege stated, "Harmon hit line drives that put the opposition in jeopardy. And I don't mean infielders, I mean outfielders." Twins owner Calvin Griffith remarked, "He hit home runs like few people can in the category of height and distance. Harmon didn't hit many line drive home runs. He would hit the ball so blooming high in the sky, they were like a rocket ship going up in the air." Killebrew was one of the most feared hitters in baseball from 1959 through 1970, hitting 40-plus homers 8 times. He had 44 multi-homer games, led the league in homers 6 times, and the RBI 3 times. He was a 13-time All-Star and the AL MVP in 1969. And at the time of his retirement, he was 4th on the all-time home run list. He hit a 520-foot home run at the old Metropolitan Stadium in Minnesota. It was the longest homer ever at the Metro. He also held the record in Baltimore, this old Memorial Stadium, of 471 feet. He was the first of 4 players to hit the ball out of Tiger Stadium over the left field roof. He was a career .255 hitter, had 573 home runs, 1,584 RBI, and a 60.4 WAR. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed that, and I don't have any more 65s to show for a while. I haven't been picking any up lately. So I will start working on that again. I only need 143 to complete the set. And some of them are the high-end Hall of Famers that the raw cards are going kind of expensive. So hopefully prices will come down and I'll work on the lower cards for now. And so hope everybody has a great weekend and enjoyed this video. And until next time, everybody take care. Bye-bye.